Hi guys, this is Starcraft. What's going on? Welcome to This is Starcraft English commentary, and the guaranteed to be epic series of Starcraft games continue. This time we're going to be having a TvT. Flash. This is a very old and ancient player, no pun intended. His name is Baby. You can see his not so old picture at the bottom right of the screen. This is when, I believe, when he was something like 13 or 14 years old. He was very, very young, a long, long time ago, hence the nickname Baby, but now he's a grown man. He's an old boy. And he's going to be facing up against the machine, the Terminator, the Dominator. This map is not Dominator. This map is going to be Polestar. But anyhow, we're going to be witnessing the Dominator versus the Terminator. Who's the which? I'm not so sure. But yeah, anyways, yeah, before this game gets it up, let us just show you some good stuff, because this game is long. That much I will guarantee, and I'm sorry I spoiled that. Maybe you were expecting a short game, so if that is the case, you can just save this URL and come back to it a little bit later if you wish. But anyhow, this is Polestar. You can see this map right here. Flash is located at the top right. He's gonna scout in the middle here. Maybe he's gonna be checking for some proxy, but this is a 4-player map, so Baby can be found on any other side of this map here. That is what it is. And the players playing here, you can see Mr. Flash on the bottom left side of the screen. And in retrospect, you can see the bottom right is Baby, aka TY. But his most recent picture is a little bit like this. This is what TY looks like right now. So it kind of look a little bit similar, right? Don't you think? He hasn't aged a bit. No, he aged something like 30 years old. But anyways, looks like Flash has discovered where his enemy is located. He is getting ready to do what? Expand. There it is. He's going to be going for an expansion here. I think this is a 14cc. That's right. Very ballsy from Flash, considering what he tried in previous game against Soki. But very good for him that his opponent is located very far away. So that is, I guess, a very good timing for Flash. By the way, this is what Flash looks like if you're wondering. Right now, very focused, very intense. Look at his eyes twitching. Almost always ready to glitch there. Just like a CPU would. But anyways, he's not playing in the ASL. That's a bummer. If you're all looking for his participation, he will not be there. Maybe he will participate next season, because he just recently had a wrist surgery. Let's see if that is going to be impeding him from participating in the next season. Anyways, I'm gonna give you some player card information. This is a Namcraft thing. I hope you enjoy it. First of all, you see Flash. His name is Lee Young Ho. He is born in 1992, 32 years of age. He's 178 centimeters in build. Height. Casper team used to be KT Roster, and his current university affiliation is C9. He's one of the players with the largest following on both Africa TV and YouTube. A huge amount of followers. I think the only other person who's got a better YouTube channel, I think, is possibly Bisu. I don't know. So let's see how these players are gonna be participating here. Anyhow, Flash has been in only 9 ASL, but he's won 4 of them, and his latest winning record was back in ASL Season 8. So a long time, overdue from him. So we expect for him to kind of come back and play a bit more later, I hope. So that's that. Anyways, the next player card I'm going to show to you is going to be Baby. Baby has got a starkly different player card, but now we have a small Marine attacking here from Baby. Of course, he's got the kind of numerical advantage in the beginning, so he is expected to do some kind of attack, but it looks like Flash is able to hold it for a while. And a Vulture coming out. This has got a defending Vulture, just gonna try to snipe the other SCV, so Baby's got a faster Vulture. But here's Baby's card. His Korean name is Jeon Tae-young, if you don't know. His other alias is a TY. And Jeon Tae-young, his name, right? He's born in 1994, so you can see he's the youngest of the players. So young, right? 30 years of age. He's 177 centimeters tall. He is from the Casper team teammate, and his current university affiliation is C9. He's got a relatively small following on both Africa TV and YouTube. He's only been in 1 ASL before. That was season 18, where he stopped at oh my god, the SCV might die. Where he stopped at the round of 24, could not progress any further. So that's the situation for both of these players. Alright, let's see what is happening with Flash. Now he's looking very intense. I need to kind of focus to defend correctly here, because any moment we might have a Vulture run by, or worse, some kind of other attacks. But for the time being, it looks like Flash is able to hold for a while. He's going to be going for double starport build. This is we've seen this build pull out by whom? I think it was either Royal. I think Royal against Mine, right, or something like that, where double starport was deployed by one of the Terran players. But let's see how successful it's going to be, because is TY playing the upcoming Group D, C, and F of the AS? Let me just quickly check for you. So in the meantime, just go ahead and enjoy what's happening on screen. Looks like Flash is going to be coming up with the first tank. And he's gonna hope that his, his superior economy is gonna be able to pull him through. By the way, looking at next week's ASL schedule, I don't know when this game will be released. I think it will be released before the first game of the next week's ASL schedule, but it was released at about the same time. I apologize. This game is guaranteed to be epic, so it's released early for all those who supported me in the last 30 days. If you are one of those people, you know who you are, then you would just find this video in a playlist, a private playlist. Please be sure to bookmark it, and that video will not have ads. Whereas this video, when it's released normally, it will have a crap ton of ads, like 10 ads. So if you don't want to see ads, you might want to buy me coffee and get instant access to those kind of games. And you know what? Just show a small gesture, right? $2, $1, even 50 cents. I love 50 Cent, the rapper. Anyways, next week we'll have on Monday Light Bisu Killer Tyson. On Tuesday we have Zero, Jaedong, Stork, and Skay. And on Wednesday we have Hero, Action, Sack, and Hero. Hero as in YSC and Hero as in the Zerg player. So we will not have any presence of TY. I don't think he played at all. What happened to TY? That's really something that I've not thought about. But anyways, Double Raid is coming out and doing a lot of harassment there. So I think TY aka Baby did not qualify for this season of AL, so that's a bit strange. Anyways, we're gonna be having triple raids coming in. They will start to snipe some SCVs. The scanner is on, but when will he scan? He will be able to snipe one raid, possibly good for Flash to pull back. He didn't lose any raid because the Goliaths don't have range, so they take a while to, you know, just get ready and go out there. Anyways, let me just quickly show you some elo stats, because you're wondering how good is Baby compared to Flash. So here is the elo scores of the players, the top 10 broodwar players today. So you can see Flash is number 2 at 1421. All right, some rates of Flash gonna try to come in to get an SCV, and he snipes one. He's gonna come back out. He scan. He might want to attack the Goliath. But no, he's going to try to snipe some SCV instead, because I guess it takes 2 shots just to kill an SCV, whereas to kill a Goliath would take a lot longer. So that's that, but Flash is going to back out now. Anyhow, the game will go on. So this is the elo scores, and just want to show you who are the players that are kind of making themselves known these days. So of course Snow is there, Soki is there. Flash is a stark difference compared to Baby, 1421 to 1172. So that's what we have in terms of skill difference. In terms of win rate, in the last 30 days, you can see Baby has played only 7 games against Terran, but he's won 57% of the time. Flash has played 5 games and only won 60% of the time. So, you know, in terms of TvT, Flash is not completely dominating all over the other players. So that's what we have. Anyways, we're having a small skirmish here. Flash is gonna try to come out. He's gonna try to gain this high ground. Keep in mind, Polestar, you want to gain the high ground here, and Flash's superior tank is gonna be able to gain him this advantage. He goes on the high ground, the raid's gonna pull back. Good micro and attention to detail by Flash. 340 APM is Flash's current specs right now. He's gonna get ready to expand, so third commands that are going out, and both the players gonna try to get ready for the mid game. We're looking at the 8-minute, almost 9-minute mark of the game. Flash has already expanded. He is he upgrading something at the, I don't think his army is there. I don't think he's got an army. I'm not so sure. I'm not actually looking at the screen, guys. I'm busy doing other things, you know, showing different data and statistics for you guys. I apologize. This is the way that Namcraft does things. He's not only just casting Starcraft, he's also, you know, trading stocks and crypto, and, you know, trying to please my wife and girlfriend so that they're not crying and shouting all the time, and doing math homework from a kid at the same time. If I have a kid, I would do that. I don't know if I have a kid or not, but anyways, there is gonna be a chance, I think, for possibly for Baby to try to exploit the situation, the fact that Flash is trying to expand here, but we don't know what is happening on the side of Baby. Maybe he's expanding himself as well. We have a small excursion of vultures here. Is gonna try to look forward to some you know, sniping some SCV, building a turret or building a command center or something like that. Let me just quickly see what this map looks like. Polestar, you have this base here, right? This is a place that you can exploit. He goes on, he's gonna be able to snipe an SCV. Like I told you, this is around the time you would want to come in here and snipe some SCVs who are building stuff, and he gets an SCV, so that's good. But yeah, this map has got how many bases? So as a top right player, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And then 1, 2, 3. No. Each player, wait, hold on. How many bases do you have? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. So there are 4 bases for each player times 4. That's 12 bases, and a center patch of minerals. So this map has got an odd number of bases, so if things go down to the wire, it will not be stalemate. One player will have to triumph, and the center will become the critical locations. Anyways, this dropship comes through, but with this Goliath's gonna try to snipe some forces here. He would try to snipe the SCV between the starport. Good idea. Another SCV is down. Good from him. And he goes in, he gets a couple of SCVs. The tanks are shelling great. The SCVs are running away. So this drop has done decent damage. I think about 8 or 9 SCV were killed in the operation. Very good. Nicely done from Flash. He's got 160 supply. He's kind of supply blocked a bit here, so he's gonna have to just build up more supply depots. Anyways, TY is gonna defend hard here. Flash is pushing. Vulture's coming out to take some bait, and very good for this one tank at the southern part of this relic, just providing some nice cover. And Flash has got a scan to take out that tank, so he takes out that tank, and he's gonna progress just a little bit further here and get ready for a 4th base. The race continues. I don't think any of the players have got a decisive advantage so far. Flash has got an early economic advantage, but it didn't seem to transpire into a military advantage. Of course, he's got dominance in the air, and his enemy doesn't have any raids, but it doesn't really mean anything at this point. And TY is able to expand. He's able to, get his forces out on the field, and the map is not split 50-50. If you look at the map right now, Flash is only containing about 35 to 40% of the area. So, he's not like he's got a siege on his enemy's positions or anything like that. Anyways, Vulture's coming through, but they're gonna start to eat up some shellings here. These Vulture's gonna look for SCVs to kill a single Goliath. It's not SCV need to go out there and attack, man. Looks like TY is a little bit too late to the scene, but we have some reinforcing Vultures, so these Vultures will get sacked. I think Flash did a decent amount of. Look at how many SCV remains. There are like 3 SCVs remaining after that battle is over, so nicely done by Flash. 127 supply for Flash. I think that TY might be behind about 10 supply or something like that. Another command center goes down by Flash at the 12 o'clock position. He continues to pump out forces. He's scanning because possibly he wants to go for another drop at some point in the future, because he wants to make use of his dropship, which survived from the previous battles. So that's what we have. By the way, yeah, what do you guys think about TvT? Because there's always this kind of hate for mirror matches. And I think TvT is possibly one of the least liked matchup, right? I think ZVZ, no one complains about ZVZ because it's very, very fast and exciting. Well, I think if it has to come down to picking, some of you would hate TvT and some others would hate PvP. I'm a Protoss player, so I love PvP, but TvT is off, it's not so terrible for me because it's kind of chess-like calculations, positioning and, protecting your positions, protecting your flank. Just like in a chess game, you have to protect your pawn structure. Sometimes you sacrifice some of the bigger pieces to get a decent pawn structure, and that would hold, the pieces together towards the late game. So I like that aspect of Starcraft. It's a little bit like chess. Anyhow, back to this game. What is Flash doing? He's expanding. He's moving forces towards the right flank. He wants to kind of cut off the mid DMZ line right here. This is a good line for him. He's going to seat this 9 o'clock position to enemy with the hope that he might take the 3 o'clock position later. He's going to send an SCV out here to take that base. So we shall see what will happen. It looks like Cloak Raid come out to snipe some SCV. This is a nice attack by Flash. Excuse me, I need to kind of cough a little bit. Alright, looks like Flash is gonna come out here, but there's possibly enough tank to hold. He needs to reinforce quickly, baby, because he's gonna be facing huge attack from the low ground, but Flash has got low ground disadvantage. TY's got high ground advantage. These raids gonna do sick damage on the tanks at the last minute. I think this choke, is it cut off? I'm not so sure. The SV gets sniped, but that SV might get sniped. If the SV is sniped, that means that base will be very much to delay here. Of course, TY can still send an SCV over, so it's not like it's the end of the world. But this tank will be shelling on this ridge, and Goliaths are not here to snipe the raids. The raids have free range on the tanks, but no, at the last bit, looks like TY has lost 2 tanks on that ridge. The Goliaths need to get on the high ground to protect against any kind of raid incursion, or maybe some vulture incursion in the later part of the game. We've seen in one of the game, I think Royal versus Mine or something like that, where, one Terran player was about to cut off the choke onto one of the new bases, the 3rd or the 4th bases. And that base just could not mine. It just could not mine. So I think in TvT, this is some trend that we have been seeing emerging, which is that you want to position your forces so that you can cut off kind of SCV circulations or force circulation into one of the bases. You don't need to kill the base outright, but by cutting off, you can do things like shelling from the outside or do a drop. And I mean, you would sack the dropship to turrets attack, but you would have 4 vultures inside a base that could not be reinforced by ground. So that is something that we've seen, happening here. And it looks like now TY has got his 4th base up. Flash is thinking about the 5th base, is setting it up, but he is not able to really close out the game. He's of course able to slow down and make advancements, and I still say that Flash is ahead in this game. He's scanning various locations just to make sure there are no hidden bases. 186 supply for Flash. I think TY maybe 170 or something like that. But anyways, there's a small attack in the middle of the map. Not so sure exactly what is going on here. Looks like TY's got some tanks positioned down here south of that artifact that is not able to get seen by Flash, and that is very, very smart, almost cunning from from TY. Exactly, you can see the tank shot just keep on appearing on Flash's radar, but it doesn't show who's the unit that is firing those shots. So that is very, very nice exploitation of the terrain there by Baby or KTY, I think. But anyways, these vultures are gonna get trapped. Where are they going exactly? I'm not so sure. Flash takes the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base. And possibly a 7th base. Oh no, he's building some turrets. He's building a couple of turrets. He's want to make sure that there's going to be no drop into his top left side of the map. TY will control the 9 o'clock position, which is great. But Flash, you can see he's trying to cut the map 70. Looks like some dropship gets sniped in the process though. That is slightly unfortunate, but let's see what's going to be happening next. Now Flash has got 5 dropships. And he's gonna make a decision here. He needs to scan and see exactly where the location of the enemy. He needs to make a lot of turrets in these various terrains. He goes towards the left side. I'm hoping that he might want to drop the 9 o'clock position. Anyways, high ground advantage getting established now from TY. Flash need to unload his cargo right now. His defenses on this top left quadrant of the map is rather thin, but he's able to push these enemies back and hold it. He need to come back with a dropship and pick up forces from the main, not pick up those forces. Those forces can stay exactly where it looks like. Flash will need to take the 3 o'clock position. If he takes it, the map will be split half-half. He needs to take it for himself. As you can see, Flash is being very, very ambitious. He's trying to take also the bottom right, at least trying to stop his enemy from taking the bottom right, which might be a good idea. He's got a lot of money. I'd say make a lot of turrets here in these locations so that those bases can never get dropped again, because it's very, very close to Baby's reinforcement line, this area. He can just directly go from the 9 o'clock position. He's defending his forces there anyways. So yeah, I'd say that Flash will be a lot more comfortable. He has something like 5 turrets here, possibly some mines, just to, deter his enemy from dropping into those positions. Anyways, now it looks like the game is going to be a little bit stable here a little bit, so I'm going to take this chance to thank some of the people who have bought me coffee in the last 30 days. I'm just going to name all of your names because you are all amazing people. First of all, I'm going to show who. I'm going to show you the photo of Eric. Thanks a lot, Eric, for your support in the last 30 days. You have been an immense person for me personally, over the years even. But of course, I only thank people who have bought me coffee in the last 30 days. That's become a Namcraft. Oh my god, a huge drop here. This is like a small cluster, a small oasis that has been discovered by Baby, but no, that drop is gonna get cleaned up. So let's move on with the next person I'd like to thank. After Mr. Eric, I'd like to thank also Mr. Giovanni from Italy. Thank you for support, and buongiorno, how are you doing? I hope that you have a nice and let's get ready for the next week of ASL, baby. The next person, welcome back to the crew, Mr. Matt Damon from the United States of A, and I'm gonna show you one of nice photo of Matt together with his video. Are you ready for it? There it is. That is Mr. Matt. How are you doing, man? What's going on? Have not heard from you for a while. I hope that your work has been going well. You have a promotion. You have a new, I don't know, new car, new house, new wife now. If you are married, that is. And next person I'd like to thank is Mr. Z. I don't have your Gmail. You need to provide me your Gmail now, Mr. Z. If you want to get access to guaranteed to be epic early release, no video, no YouTube ads videos. Oh my god, this dropship comes in once again. So this is going to be the moment for me to thank the last person on this list. It is going to be Mr. Peter. How are you doing, Mr. Peter? Look at this, guys. What is happening on the screen? Flash loses the top right, top left, but he's gonna gain the bottom right, but there's no base on the bottom right. The bottom right is empty. It's a shell. Whereas the top left has 2 bases. So Flash gains this. He might want to attack the 6 o'clock position. Will be very, very nice. Anyways, the last person I'm gonna thank is gonna be Mr. Sea Goblins. Of course, as usual, you are an amazing guy. Thanks a lot, and make sure you keep the sea and the Arctic area safe and secure from human intervention. Mr. Z, did I show you his picture? Now I show you his picture. So that is it. I complete the thanking business. Let's go back to this game. What is happening? Oh wait, hold on. I need to turn off this music. Yeah, it looks like Flash is losing 2 bases. At least oh my god, losing some dropship in the process as well. Almost losing those dropship, but now he's going to be shelling. But these tanks All of a sudden, we have these tanks on the top side that are shelling, and Flash's forces getting stuck in the corner. Wow, how is his reaction? Let's take a look at him. He's looking very intensely focused here. But his troops, I would say, are kind of trapped here for a while. Of course, they're kind of untouchable for the time being as well. They will not be assaulted for a while. But Flash is taking the top left, whereas TY is not taking the bottom right. So let's count the bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Flash. And TY's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's down 2 bases, and Flash is maxed out. So I should say that Flash should be winning easily unless TY could come up with some things, because yeah, now Flash just need to make sure he's containing his enemy and hoping that, you know, his enemy cannot go to the other side of the map. He's loading up a lot of cargo, and now it's gonna be the moment for Flash to scan like hell. You know, when you have an advantage like this, you need to keep on scanning, scan and scan and scan forever. Just keep on scanning. You want to know where the other guys' dropships are flying. As you can see, we have some forces coming out, and TY is going to try to take the bottom right. Flash is going to try to fly out, but TY is in the right position, and TY has siege first, so Flash has lost a chance to land his cargo here. You need to find another angle, so the bottom right is slightly going towards TY. There's going to be tanks trying to siege up in various locations. Flash is looking for openings. He might go in here, but TY is in the right location. Both the players are dropping. This is an insane duel. Flash is not very happy with his decision to drop right here. He loses everything. He loses the bulk of the cargo here. That was very terrible timing drop there from Flash, and he is frowning. His face is showing some kind of emotion, which is rare, but anyways, he comes through, and he's gonna be able to shell 2 bases possibly. He gets the Goliath destroy. He's gonna have to siege soon. He will siege, he will drop more stuff. The Goliaths need to stay put. He need to snipe the dropship. Go for dropship. How many dropships does he get? He needs to evacuate his dropship as well. He does do that. Nice D-matrix on one of the tanks. So I guess this drop did not do much damage as Flash as expected, but he keeps the bulk of his fleet. That is more important than, you know, doing a significant damage, because he was not hoping to get anything done in that drop to begin with. But anyways, now his drops get trapped in the middle. By the way, does TY take the center? Because we've not seen what is exactly happening. Maybe TY is mining from the center base, which will completely change the dynamics of this game, I think. Anyhow, Flash need to make more turrets. He's got 3,000 minerals in the bank. Just make massive turrets and place some mine in the center. This is gonna be good. Of course, he cannot make mines anymore because he's running out of psi. You just need to make tanks and dropship. You don't even have money. You don't even have psi. Another problem with late game TvTs, you don't have psi. You need to kill off forces if you want to make more. So you cannot put mines, for example. He's gonna try to come in. He finds an angle, but these tanks have been sieging already. So Flash has got opening. He can also try to go in main, but there's gonna be an anti-drop on the other side of the map. Flash goes inside this area. There's a lot of mines from both the players, and is Flash unloading, or what looks like TY is gonna unload first on this side of the map, and Flash needs to decide what to do. Don't forget that his drop has not yet unloaded on his other side of the map. So what is he gonna try to do about that? He unloads now, but Flash is gonna be losing this 1 o'clock base. This base actually doesn't mean that much to Flash, because it's so deep inside this territory. It's gonna be impossible for an enemy to get that base mining ever this entire game. But losing this bottom right is a huge blow to TY though, because he was trying to get things up, but now he's on the low ground. Well, the one good thing for TY is that he didn't actually lose SCVs. He just loses, I don't know, a couple of tanks and some turrets, but he did not lose any, you know, mining bases. Whereas TY is able to stop his. Okay, looks like we're gonna be having a huge amount of starport. Flash already got 2 starport in his main. He's got 3 more here. He might be making mass raids or mass battle cruisers, both of which are going to be very interesting to watch. We have not seen those battle cruisers getting deployed, and Flash has got you know, anti-drop in the bottom right, so he's gonna lose his position, and this position go back to TY. TY is gonna be better for him to actually try to mine the bottom right, the high ground position compared to the low ground position. This time will fall possibly. Very good micro from TY to get that one last tank, and he's sniping the Goliaths hiding under the tank shell. Very smart from TY here, but looks like TY is gonna come back. But Flash has got, Flash is gonna try to come back, but TY has got some defensive. But looks like these dropships completely escape the Goliaths. 1 tank gets landed here, and that's gonna be the end of this command center. Need to fly out here, and Flash is gonna try to go in, and Flash is playing the attrition, the game of the war of attrition. He says, you know what, I don't want to win. I don't need to win the game outright. I just need to make sure the bottom right doesn't go to you. If it can stop you from mining the bottom right, that's enough. That's enough for me. Anyway, so he's accomplishing this goal now, because you look at the base count. Flash got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and TY's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and possibly 6. What happened? I don't know what is in this middle. Is there a command center there? Because Flash has not flown there for a long time, and now we have massive add-on for the starport. So game is on. We will have we need to see the physics lab, right? If you want to make battlecruisers, it's got to be physics lab. But anyways, for the time being, Flash is maxing out. He's just making sure what is exactly happening where here. Looks like the center base is not yet taken by TY. I don't think I see anything except for just some turrets. It's not a command center that I see in the middle. So TY is kind of playing from behind. Both of these players are not making any more forces. They're not engaging in battles. Flash has got almost 5,000. There's a physics lab. He's got 5,000 minerals in the bank. He's just gonna make massive starports. At the moment he loses side, he will have new side to he will have the infrastructure to make his new starport right away, and he's got to protect those areas because there could be drops and stuff like that. But yeah, he's gonna send some tanks back and making sure that they can cover everything. He's gonna repair all of his tanks and make sure there's gonna be not a huge drop coming in from TY. There's gonna be some tourists here. Flash is I think he's ready for it. He's defending fiercely, but it looks like TY would drop the 12 o'clock position. Not a bad idea. That base has been mining for a while, so I guess Flash doesn't really mind losing it, but he's gonna be mind not winning the battles, because now in terms of money he's got 6 bases. He's not taking it to the bottom right, and these 2 bases are hard to get back as hell. Of course, this means that TY might be light in the center, because you see he's got about 25 side here at the 11 position. He's got about 25 to 30 side at 12 o'clock position. Maybe they've been evacuated by the drop. I'm not so sure. But what about the main, right? That means that TY's got very few forces in the main, so Flash can try to counterattack. But for now, TY will come out here and he clears his area. Very nice domination from TY. He drops a base, but he doesn't stay there. He leaves the area and try to go somewhere else. And looks like Flash is going to try to retake this base. There are going to be some tanks, and Flash will of course trade poorly, but he will clear this area, which is great. He's going to re-land his command center, but looks like TY comes in from the side, and Flash needs to reinforce and make sure he can cover the high ground. Of course, he's got high ground advantage. He's got several forces in those areas, so he will be able to cover it, which is fine. I feel like Flash is not dropping anymore. I need to actually send some drops. For example, he could try to drop the 9 o'clock position, which would clear a lot of forces. Anyways, Flash is going to try to defend the 12 o'clock position now from the high ground. TY cannot do it from the low ground, and Flash needs to start to make battle, because it looks like another drop. TY just keep on dropping everywhere. He's going to drop Flash's main here. SCV is coming out. There's going to be a lot of cargo unloaded. Flash is going to get stuck. He needs to lift all of his command center, and he will start to make battle cruisers. Every single starport will be producing battle cruisers now, because a lot of forces are going to get destroyed. And yes, I think these supply depots will get wiped out. The Goliaths are not being micro correctly, and Flash will possibly get supply block, but he doesn't care because he already started producing battle cruisers. So you possibly don't need that much supply for the short time. You will need your supply depots about 2 minutes from now when the first battle cruisers are out. But for the time being, it's okay to lose all of these supply depots. But good attack from TY. But I'm fearing that in terms of money situation, where's the money going for TY, right? Because he doesn't have that much mining locations. I guess this 5 o'clock position need to get set up now. I think there's a command center being built there. I think maybe that's what it is. But for the time being, Flash is losing a lot of supply depot. You can look at the supply count, only 134. You need to remake supply depot here now. Actually, he should have done it a long time ago. Not now. He's supply block. He will lose both of his armory, but he will have battle cruisers. He will have about 6 battle cruisers ready. And what about his starport? He has 2 starport here. Is he making battle cruisers from those starport? I don't know. Anti-drop is coming in. Looks like he's sniping. Okay, he's gonna kill all of his dropship to make Psi now, because he doesn't have Psi, which is a nice idea. I mean, I would just say wait for the supply depot to complete, because you will have new supply depot from the other side. Do not kill your own forces like that. That is not nice, right? Only I don't know. Only dictators sacrifice their own troops, right? Only like the Soviet Empire in World War II, they says, you know what, if you retreat, you become the cannon fodder, or what is the word, I'm not so sure, which means you would just get killed if you retreat from battle. So don't retreat, die or die. Make the decision, die at the enemy's hand or die at your own, country, fellow man's hand. Anyway, some more drops happening. Not so sure exactly. It looks like Flash is losing the bottom right now, and he's killing more dropship. He's got all of the supply depot coming up now, but he's got to be super careful to not lose the top left, because he's losing his entire main base. Almost getting everything destroyed now. These Goliaths gonna have to pull back, and Flash is gonna try to scan here. He's got a lot of battle cruisers, but he's lost the bottom right, and now TY is going to start to gobble up the entire map. But does TY make battle cruisers? That's the question. Tanks start to come out here, and these Goliaths need to engage, and TY is not paying attention to the situation. All of these tanks will unload now. And yeah, it looks like the last bit, Flash clears out his main base, and his forces are now comprising mostly of BCs. He's got, I think, 4 at least I can see on the screen, but he might have more that is off screen. And he's scanning just to make sure what is happening. Does TY know about the battle cruisers threat? He needs to know know that his enemy is making battlecruisers. And if I was TY, I would try to take care of the 3 o'clock position, and if possible the 230. The 230 is not so important because it was an old base that is mine now, but the 3 o'clock position is a new base. If you can clear that base out, even if Flash has battlecruisers, it will be hard. It will be hard, I'm not so sure, but now Flash has got a huge amount of stuff, but it looks like the science facility with the physics lab has been lifted. That means he need to remake his science facility, and he need to wait a little bit more to get those new battlecruisers, but now the 5 battlecruisers, it seems like they're just enough to do this job. I think they start to come out to clear all of the tanks, and Goliath's going to try to attack. We have a nice D-matrix on something. The science need to run away. The science vessels is going to run to the corner. He's going to try to snipe those battlecruisers, but not enough. Not enough. And now Flash's going to come up with the rest of his forces here. Need to remake more supply depot. The center is not... Okay, I guess the center doesn't have any base. What am I saying? Is there a base there? Can you mine those minerals? Or those minerals are just for fun? I mean, it's like when you go to the store and the phone or the... I don't know, the water heater that they have on on display is not a real product. It's just a dummy. It's a mock-up. So I was just wondering if those mineral patches are actually for mining or not. But anyways, TY's got to think about the next move. He would drop everything here. Oh my god, he would destroy the entire production facility of Flash. Flash will be on the low ground. These tanks are doing good shot, but where are the battle cruisers? Battle cruisers are returning from the other side of the map. They will come in here. Would need to Yamato gun the Goliaths possibly. They start to attack now. Are they gonna be enough or what? There's a lot of Goliaths. TY has built the perfect combination of forces, about 70 to 80% Goliaths, the rest is tanks. He will need to snipe some battlecruisers. There are 7 battlecruisers. The tanks are shelling. The battlecruisers cannot get in within reach of the battle. The Goliaths cannot reach the battlecruisers. They're all surviving, which means they will all get repaired in the future, and more upgrades coming down. And Flash is gonna be able to come up with something like 9 battlecruisers. Got so many battlecruisers. Some tanks getting sniped here, but now it's gonna be the moment for those Goliaths to back up once again and slowly drive the battlecruisers back. Flash is making only BCs. But he will be possibly running out of gas maybe in the future. I don't know. He loses yet another tank, but tanks are not really important right now. Gas is more important. And does TY have battlecruisers? He's making something from the starport. Flash has scanned it, but he sees only 1 starport. So I think those are not battlecruisers. They might just be, I don't know, raids or Valkyries or whatnot. But now Flash has got an overwhelming position in the air. But what about the ground, right? What can TY do? Because if you look at the minimap, Flash doesn't control a lot of forces. He comes out, he will clear some commensurate. Now all forces are converging in the center. There's gonna be some tanks. And do you have Yamato gun? I think he's got Yamato guns. I think he's gonna deploy them at some point in the future, but he needs to remake his science facility. There it is. So as you can see, Flash is not making any more battlecruisers for a while. He's been using the old one, and I think you need to repair them. Yeah, they are damaged, and more drops. TY is just so annoying. By dropping Flash's main repeatedly, he's making sure that his bases do not get wiped out. And Flash doesn't have factories at the top left. His only factory sources are this other side of the map, and he's gotta have to save those areas. He cannot go for counterattack. And oh my god, battlecruisers are kind of way too close towards the enemy line. But now, yeah, these tanks, these factories will get destroyed. The Goliath's gonna try to do some good shot here. And looks like more attack coming through. And looks like TY is gonna wipe out the 11 o'clock position as well, because Flash cannot be everywhere at the same time. He can only attack one place and not multiple places, but TY is not trading efficiently. Flash now, his BC count is, I think, 10. It's a lot of BCs. Hey, Flash has got a lot of BCs. Tanks are just, feeding themselves to the enemy here, which is fine, but only 1 last tank remains for TY. Need to send his SCVs back to the high ground, so that is going to be the end of that base. But what about the high ground? Does TY have something on the high ground? He might have something on the TY. I mean, his dropship fleet is still surviving. If you can try to drop again where Flash is out of position, it's going to be great here. But now, looks like TY might have exhausted all of his options because the BCs are converging towards the bottom right. If Flash wins the bottom right, TY will be out of money. He will not be able to mine anymore. Is there any more drop happening with Flash's main? This looks like TY is not dropping anymore. I think Flash has done it. TY doesn't have any more money. Where is his forces? They're not here. He's making 1 Goliath at a time. He's gonna try to snipe one of the battlecruisers, but Flash has triumphed. Flash will gain this base, and TY will have no mining anymore. He needs to save his SCVs possibly. Flash comes through, and he's gonna shell this area from the high ground. He's gonna scan SCV. He's gonna run towards the area to try to do some splash damage, but so many forces. This is gonna be the final showdown. A lot of Goliaths here. Flash has got how many tanks remaining? These BCs are so strong. Nice EMP on all of those battlecruisers. It's gonna be the final battle. Are there enough Goliaths or not? TY, this kid is amazing, but he doesn't seem okay. He comes on the southern side. Flash is completely cornered. What is his reaction? What is his reaction? He loses every battlecruisers. I think all of the battlecruisers have died. Take it to the bottom right. He's lost all of the battlecruisers. All of the battlecruisers have died. 600 minerals and 150 supply. He's lost every single BC. When in this history of StarCraft have you seen 10 battlecruisers get wiped out by another Terran confederacy? It's impossible. On paper, in theory, it's like defying gravity, but Baby has done it. Baby wiped out 10 battlecruisers strong force coupled with tanks and Goliaths with his own drop and a nice pincer attack from the southern side, and that is in the textbook of Lao Tzu, of the art of war, of Sun Tzu, of Jacques de Gaulle, and I don't know, Alexander the Great and Caesar the Terrible, or whatever those big names used to be in the old days. I mean, that goes in the textbook of strategic warfare, how to flank and destroy your enemy's forces even though they're superior on paper. Wow, Flash is in some serious trouble, but Baby's run out of money. Baby's definitely running out of money as well. I need to keep on mining, and Flash is gonna have to keep on mining as well. And if you look at the map is split in half. Exactly. I think who's been trading better? I'd say the TY has traded a lot better than Flash, because Flash was forced to rebuild a lot of stuff, a lot of supply depot, and Flash has wasted some money to build Starport. Starport costs money, man. And if you lose your battle cruisers, then your investment in Starport is not good. But what is going to be the next move now for both of these players? Because TY is definitely not going to switch to battle cruiser. He doesn't have money. He cannot switch to battlecruiser. He needs to play with dropship and shuttles and tanks, and that's it. Anyways, he moves to the middle area now. He's gonna try to clear this area out. If he can try to destroy this 9 o'clock position, it would be great. But is it worth it or not? That's the question. He doesn't want to assault. He's gonna assault it right now. You can see it. A lot of red forces moving out. There's nothing here, so this base will fall, and together a lot of SCVs will get destroyed. But Flash is gonna try to regain from the other side of the map, which is like something like 5 or 6 battle cruisers and some tanks. But he's gonna abandon position, so this base is not belonging to Flash anymore. So if you look at the mining efficiency, Flash is not mining half of the map. He's mining only 45% of the map. Well, that is given. That is, assuming that the entire bottom right goes to TY, and that was a huge reversal of fortune. Flash comes out with a vulture. You need to see decision. You need to see where the enemy is located. And so, yeah, Flash is not very happy with it. He knows he has traded much poorer. He's traded inefficiently compared to the enemy. And now, of course, it's got BCs. Yeah, it is a given, but I think he needs to chill the crap down and just amass a huge amount of BCs and go for Yamato guns. You need to play slower. If I was Flash, I would not waste all of my time and money anymore. You need to, play slow. But his gas count is terrible. 152 gas, because he lifted his command center here. He doesn't have a command center in the center, or maybe he has it, but he doesn't have any SCVs on gas. He's got 1 gas, 2, 3, he's got 4 full geysers, and I don't know how full they are anymore, but I think some of them are still full. And in this kind of late game scenario, it is a huge imperative for a player like Baby to snipe command center, which means what? Which means no more geysers. Geysers are so important if the enemy is going to be going for battle cruisers, and Flash has lost everything, and now looks like Baby want to take the center, but now we're going to be having Yamato gun on these tank positions. This is the way to play. This is the correct way to play. You need to just Yamato the heck out of the enemy. Just Yamato everything, and just slowly retreat and behind the siege tank position, and that's all. There's nothing that Baby can do to stop it. One thing Baby can try is to drop Flash's main, right? That is a good idea. Can you have ghosts? What about ghosts? Because ghosts are cheap. You can lock down those battle cruisers. You can hide them, behind whatever energy. But of course, it takes a long time to research them and get them to the battlefield. So I feel like it's possibly not worth it. Anyways, these battle cruisers gonna try to take the middle ground, but it's gonna be very good. It's gonna go for triple Yamato gun now to get 3 tanks. He will get a couple of tanks, and these tanks will retreat. There's gonna be some Goliaths coming from the back, and Flash will fall back here. So now, I think for Baby, the objective is to mine as much as possible this 3 o'clock base. I think he needed to have the command center there right now. If he already had it, it's great, but otherwise, it is a ticking bomb. He needed to get that base mining to get as much minerals from it to get the economic advantage. And I just hope that in the battles, he would triumph over Flash, because Flash is not maxed out. I think TY is maxed out for sure. TY is maxed out. Flash is not maxed out because he doesn't have gas to build the BCs. He doesn't want to build tanks. He wants to build BCs only. And he's going to move forward now, and is TY scanning? He needs to be scanning, and he's going to try to snipe some of the battle cruisers, and Flash is going to try to move forward, and TY's got so many Goliaths. He's got so many Goliaths. He needs to couple that with some science vessels to to kill the energy, right? You need to kill the energy so that no more no more Yamato gun can get deployed, and more what is it? Battlecruiser. Look at this, guys. He's moving battlecruisers like he's moving mutilus. He's bunching them up together and moving them like mutilus. He comes out, and Flash is gonna build what? He need to mine gas. He need to mine gas. He need to mine minerals. He need to mine everything. 4,000 minerals in the bank by Flash and TY. Okay, looks like Flash comes out. He want to take this 3 o'clock position back. If you can stop mining at this base, that's great. But can he do it? That's the question. He comes through. He will snipe these tanks. And I think TY is not scanning enough. He need to be constantly scanning to see where the army where the enemy is coming. And what about the 3 o'clock? I think he's not mining from the 3 o'clock. Maybe that is a problem of TY. He's not mining it. Both of these guys are struggling for position here, and TY is gonna he's gonna be to show some position, but these battlecruisers are gonna come and he will, okay, nice EMP on that entire group of battlecruiser. That means no more Yamato gun, but these tanks line from Flash is helping him to win the battles here. So I think it's impossible for TY to win. He might try to draw. Of course, it's impossible to draw in TvT, but he need to play a little bit more defensively, possibly. Looks like Flash got so much minerals that he's gonna make more command center and float them out just to mine the gas. Maybe that is the idea, because it got 500 minerals. It looks like something is being built in the bottom right of the map. I'm not so sure if those are starport or more factories or what. I think they might be starport. But more forces coming through, and Flash is trying to hold this side of the map. What is happening at the 3 o'clock? I want to know what is happening there. I think Flash knows that there's no base. This is the reason why he's not attacking that area. Maybe that is the reason. That is the only possible reasons, because otherwise you need to go out there and clear that base out right now. With a single dropship dropping SCV just to buy time. Very funny business, because TY knows he needs every single drop of minerals he can get. Is TY that desperate? What about his other bases on this map? What does he have? And yeah, I think Flash, despite losing a huge amount of battlecruisers in the middle of the map, still has got the advantage here, because battlecruisers, they're like freaking flying ultralists, man. They're so beefy. Some nice attack, and Goliaths will get melted from the tank fire from the left side. They have to retreat. Another dropship is gonna get destroyed here. And okay, this base has been mining for a while, but Flash has decided it's gonna be a moment for me to take that base. I'm gonna move closer and closer towards that area. Of course, SCV is getting ready to repair and mine those areas as well. Where's his dropship? I think he needs to have more dropship and reinforce those areas. Unless TY's got a different plan, he needed to have dropship in different locations. He has some dropship now. He would drop the center as the battlecruisers are not in the right position. These times to get destroyed. They need to unload here. Looks like TY's going where he completely skipped everything. There's gonna have some turrets, and battlecruisers are so slow. They are so slow. Battlecruisers might be coming here, but this base is gonna. Okay, what is this dropship coming and returning and attacking? And he needed to actually shell those areas so that he can actually get those SCVs destroyed. I think it's a lot better. So TY need to evacuate his dropship now. He need to save them to another engagement, and this is a nice way for him to actually trade bases. He's gonna try to snipe a single battlecruisers. He will get all of these SCV destroyed. He's gonna try to go inside the main or what? He will lose possibly all of his dropship. Looks like battlecruisers come out and he will clear every single Goliaths and tanks here. But that was just buying a lot of time, because he wanted to mine this base as much as possible, and that just really slowed Flash down, and Flash could not get to that area in time. And he's gonna have to. He's making new commands center just to make the gas, man. But now TY has been mining that base for a while, and it will take at least 20 seconds more for Flash to get that base, which means that TY can hold it for 20 more seconds, which is crucial. He needs every single gas, geyser. Of course, if the game goes on and gone, it's gonna be up to the gas, right? Flash has got, okay, looks like Flash clears this area, so it's gonna be impossible for TY to come out here and gain that area, and looks like this battlecruisers have to retreat now, and the map is split 60-40. Flash is contained at the top side of the map. He's got battlecruisers, but he doesn't have anything else. And he comes back. He didn't lose that many BCs. I think he lost like 1 or 2 BCs the entire game, except for that huge debacle at the bottom right on the map. But he's kept most of his BCs. Now it comes out, and this base doesn't have. Okay, looks like TY is not mining mining minerals. Need to be mining minerals. I think minerals is very important as well. But anyways, these tanks are gonna try to get out here. This base will fall. This base will fall. But the middle area is once again attacked by TY. What is he trying to do here? He's trying to get this area. He wants to make sure that Flash cannot mine at 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock position, and possibly the 12 o'clock position. These battlecruisers are going to try to do the science. It's going to do a nice EMP on those Battlecruisers, which means no more Yamato guns, but they're still very strong. Some battlecruisers still have Yamato guns available. Looks like the scientist is looking for those Yamato gun heavy forces, and these Goliaths are doing good, but they need to pull back, and he's going to snipe a lot of SCVs, but those battlecruisers are kind of clumsy as hell, man. They come in and they're going to start to attack, and Goliaths against battlecruisers. Some huge battles happening. Looks like Yamato guns are still available, and TY is getting pushed hard. He's getting pushed hard, and playing with BCs is still easier than playing with Goliath. Goliaths are so hard to play, man. They're so difficult to fight against, to control almost. And now it looks like TY is gonna have to run back. He need to remake his dropship. Is there some ways for him to regain, for example, this 3 o'clock or maybe the 2 o'clock position, because he need to stop the amount of gas that Flash is taking. Flash now has a lot of half empty geysers, which still give him good geyser. I mean, this got 1 base, 2 base, 3 base of depleted geysers. These ones are depleted geysers. Got 5 depleted geysers, which still allow him to make more battle cruisers. And what about making vultures? Because it got 5,000 minerals at bank. You can make vultures, right? I don't know. I've never worked out the economics of this kind of game where you have just way too many minerals and 0 gas. That is not something that I'm used to watching or casting even. But anyhow, wow, this game was way over my head. I thought it would just be a nice casual game and have a cup of coffee, but I've had like 3 cups of coffee already, and this game is still going on, which means you can buy me a little bit more coffee if you wish to. The link to that is going to be in the video description. My Zelle account, if you live in the United States is namkraftvn@gmail.com. Please go ahead and find me. But if you have a credit card or PayPal account, you can also use the link in the description to buy me coffee, which will give you access to this kind of video without ads, released early, basically through a private playlist. Anyways, the game is still going on. Flash has got a decisive advantage, but TY, what can TY do? It's very hard. He needs to remake his dropship. Goliath's gonna try to come out, and he's gonna get pushed back here. Look at this huge amount of flying monsters. They are so beefy, so tough. And Flash controls everything here, but TY should be able to, for example, spare 1 dropship and try to snipe this command center, for example, and just drag the game out and slow down the enemy here, because you don't want Flash to mine those locations, right? I think. Anyways, now Flash comes through, and he might be able to finish up the game unless TY's got some other plans. I don't know. He comes through, he's gonna get pushed back once again because these tanks of Flash are so strong together with BCs. This is the best combination, but more stuff get dropped in the middle here. So this middle is regained by TY. TY is doing the right move. He waits for Flash to move to one side of the map, either right or left, and he flanks the other. This is the only way to play. This is the only way to play here because battlecruisers are so slow. You cannot attack them head on. You need to wait for them to go to one side and then attack the other. And he's gonna try to take out some bases here, but I think it's gonna be very tough. Some nice EMP on those battlecruisers to get them destroyed. But how costly were those EMPs? So expensive, those EMPs. 1 EMPs, of course, get about 3 or 4 battlecruisers, but you lose the science vessels, and everything is money and time and gas. It's just so mineral intensive, those kind of moves. And now Flash just need to slowly crawl back here. His gas count is a little bit better. The enemy has allowed Flash to get these depleted guys, and that's not good. But now that is gonna stop. He will come out here. He will destroy this base. Hopefully he will try to destroy it because reinforcement coming from the other side of the map, so it would take more than that. These Goliaths need to get on the high ground. He's gonna have to possibly just leave that area now, go somewhere else. He will pick up some of the Goliaths. His purpose is just go out there and snipe the SCVs on gas and leave. But yeah, now Flash got it covered. He will make some turrets on that area now, so that's good. And TY has run out of options. What can TY do? It's very tough for him to do. I mean, Flash has mined out the entire map. Both players are almost mined out. I think TY is definitely mined out on his side of the map. Flash with his BC fleet is just so powerful. So if I'm gonna put the money on one player, it's gonna be Flash. But unless TY does some crazy maneuver, TY's only chance to win this game is to do some insane maneuver. For example, catch Flash off guard, and Flash is on one side of the map and he's attacking the other side. That is the only way to play here. Flash is just building 1 BC at a time. His only purpose is to wait for the gas to get to 350, build a BC. And wait for it to get to 350 again, build another BC, then that's it. Doesn't have to waste any more time. Nice EMP on those tanks, on those battle cruisers, but now those tanks are not strong enough and Goliaths are not fast enough. He will get a nice Yamato gun on the science vessel, which gets sniped, and Flash won a decisive victory, but a huge drop in the main. But there's so many turrets Flash is scrambling to return, but there's an opening here. He's gonna have some tanks. The tanks will drop, and looks like TY will drop there first. Any tanks that pop will fall very, very quickly. These tanks will get destroyed very quickly. Flash is on the low ground. Of course, the dropship also need to leave, because the landing your cargo is one thing, but leaving successfully is another problem. And these Goliaths, what are they doing? They stop, and look at this, guys. Flash comes in, he will clear everything, and he will clear those dropship. If he gets all of those dropship, the game is over for TY. TY cannot win, and TY is gonna try to leave now. He tries to leave, but no, he cannot leave. The battlecruiser is gonna try to snipe every single thing, including the dropship. If he loses all the dropship, the game is over. Flash clears the dropship. All of the dropship get destroyed, and that was a lot of money invested. But now it looks like TY comes in the middle. I don't know if this is successful or not. This is such a wasteful move from TY. I think this might be soon near the end. Why is TY trying to assault this base? This base doesn't have that much value. If you wanted to attack the top right was being attacked, you need to attack the top left, because that is a little bit further from the battlecruisers to get to. But now, yeah, this base is okay. Looks like the Goliath's gonna try to snipe a lot of SCVs and turrets and so forth. But this is gonna be the end of the game here. Impossible for TY to win. Flash is running out of minerals, but I'm sure that TY doesn't have much money either, and Flash decided the moment is now to clean the floor. He comes through. Not a lot of mining activities remaining for TY. If he loses the entire bottom right, the game is over. Yes, he will lose everything here because he has exhausted all of the forces without any kind of plan B. Tanks on the high ground will not save this position. I don't think so. There's no more dropship. This is why when you come in and drop, you need to have a plan B. How to get out of there. Not just fly in there and like that's it. You need to fly in there and find a way to fly out. Especially in the mid game where dropship takes time. Building dropship. Why is he dropping a single tank there? Just to slow down the enemy's advancement. And he's gonna try to fly somewhere. But anyways, these drops are actually useful in the sense that they're gonna try to. Okay, why are these tanks leaving? These tanks need to keep on assaulting the other side of the map, I think. But anyways, looks like Flash got some small problem here. He's gonna get cornered from both sides. These battlecruisers are gonna have to get attacked from both sides. And Flash is on the low ground temporarily as well. These Goliaths gonna try to do some good shots from the high ground. Flash is running out of money. He need to get those Goliaths, and TY need to kill as many SCV as possible. TY is still mining from some of the locations. Flash is running out of minerals, but his battlecruisers don't cost any money. Use them effectively. I think Flash might still have a chance to win. I think he's clearly in the winning position. This is gonna be impossible. How can TY win? When can you win when you don't pay battlecruisers? I've never seen that kind of game. But looks from Flash's reaction, he's not very happy. He is not very happy. I don't know why he's not very happy. I think he's got enough to win here, but he doesn't have enough minerals. Maybe the problem is that he's not been mining efficiently, but let's see what TY does, because I want to see TY's bank account as well. I hope it's a lot more than my bank account, which is not very good. But anyways, Flash need to mine every single mineral patches he can find now. Every single mineral patch, including the left one, the one inside his main base. There's a mineral there. Flash is running out of minerals, but TY is not. I mean, TY, if this base goes to TY, the game is over. But I mean, it's been going for TY for a long time. But, Flash can still try to go there to mine it. Flash is out of minerals, and he's trying to defend his side of the map. He needs to repair all of the BCs. Goliaths coming out, and now these tanks are going to be sieging, and drop coming from all sides. The battlecruiser it looks like TY decided the moment is now. The moment is now to kill Flash. He comes through, and Flash is going to lose everything. Oh, what looks like there's not going to be enough Goliaths. There is enough Goliath. This piece is going to get pushed back hard, and Flash has lost a lot of forces. It was in the process of repairing those flying cows, and now they're just becoming beef for baby to eat and enjoy the game. And Flash is not very happy with what happened here. Insane game, 4-star game. This game I'm gonna put in the list of best game for this year. Insane comeback, and buy me coffee right now. Otherwise, you would just be, I don't know, sinning to your grandfather. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.